Okay, well, welcome everybody to Mappy Hour. This is our happy hour for those of us who love maps, also known as geocachers. So, cheers, everybody. We have made it to another Friday. Grab a beverage. Okay, well, welcome everybody to Mappy Hour. This is our happy hour for those of us who love maps, also known as geocachers. So, cheers, everybody. We have Sorry, guys, I do that every time.
I did it once too.
Yeah, it does happen, doesn't it? Yeah. So anyway, cheers again. I didn't get to sip while I'm fixing my mistakes. Okay, so I am Lisa, Lookout Lisa, one of your hosts tonight.
Kid Vegas 19, JD.
Yeah, our other host this evening. Let me get more folks in from the waiting room. And we are here in our home office in blustery Spokane, Washington. I think it's like getting into the 50s here all of a sudden after we've been in the hundreds recently. Yeah, stick around a little while, the weather will definitely change. Hence, one of our topics tonight that we're going to be getting into, which is the end of summer wrap up, at least for those of us in North America or in the Northern Hemispheres. Might be the end of winter wrap up if we have some of our down under friends joining us tonight. But we'll get there in a little bit. We've got our notes from the field that we'll be doing. I'd love to know, what y'all have been up to lately since we had our Mappy Hour, since you came on live with us most recently, or just, maybe what's going on. Of course, that's kind of a bit of our topic as well. Let me get more folks in from the waiting room. Apparently Pet Check has come early. Yeah. And but before we get to our notes from the field, I do have a few ground rules just to keep this moving along that we can all agree to. One is please keep yourself on mute. And that applies to the cat. I wish I could keep him on mute. Oh, there he goes. Until you're called upon to join in the conversation. That just allows everybody to get their chance to speak. If you would like to join in the conversation, just raise your hand if you're in the Zoom room, and we'll be calling on you in order. Although sometimes as we're talking, a topic might come up or a question that you might have an answer for or something that you'd like to comment on. And in that case, just wave at the window if you're out of order. And hopefully we will notice you and you can we'll let you bring your question or comment in out of order just to, answer the question or what have you. And of course, keep everything family friendly. Treat this like you would any geocaching event. There might be kids in the rooms with us. We are live streaming to our YouTube channel. Hey, YouTube friends and fans. Unfortunately, we're unable to monitor that tonight. So if you're watching us on YouTube, we'll have to get back to you later. If you've got some questions or comments, we'll get back to that for sure. We'll watch that. Let me get more folks in from the waiting room. There we go. And well, those are the basics.
Yep.
Yeah. So for our notes from the field, well, hang on a second. There's a lot of comments coming in here. So we've got folks joining us tonight from Kentucky, Spokane, Washington, just the other side of Spokane. From us, Colorado, Jacksonville, I'm assuming Florida, Michigan, Virginia, my goodness, Michigan, Pittsburgh, California. Oh, Melissa, you're having cool nights, which is nice. Awesome. Yeah, we've definitely been having cool nights. It's the days that have been hot, except for today. We had a nice cold front come in, and it's actually raining. And yeah, Mike says Hilo. Yeah, that's our cat Hilo. He got to go meet our new vet the other day, and we decided to pick a vet that was closer. I love our old vet, but since we've moved out into the valley, they're a long trek and he just doesn't travel well. So I found a really good vet much closer and clean bill of health pretty much for a 16-year-old cat. Not so bad. All right. And oh, excellent. Sarah from New Zealand. Hello. Good to have you. Good day. Cool beans. And oh my gosh, low in Lapine is 31. You
Eek.
have a frost warning already? This really is the end of summer. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into notes from the field. Please keep yourself to 2 minutes. That will allow everybody to have a chance to share, and then we can move into our topic as well from there. So I've got a couple of hands coming up. We'll start with Robert, then we go to Mike, and I believe Melissa. Yeah, go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, so I finished the week out by planning my 338th cache hidden. I've hidden about 30 so far this total summer season to help people with Cosmic Quest. Was glad to hear that it was extended, so apparently they had some technical difficulties with the rockets, so that'll help us be able to gather some more points and hopefully be able to succeed. I hit a new adventure lab about ships of the historical past to try and get some people some more points there and attended events.
Okay.
Awesome. So you've been busy. Thanks for your help getting those aliens off our planet.
I got 153 points so far, so hopefully that's helping.
That's cool. I haven't looked to see what I have lately. I'll have to take a look.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, well, thank you, Robert. I'll take a look while Mike shares what he'd like to share.
Well, I was visiting a friend in Toronto over the weekend and went a little cache hunting on the way back at one of the en route centers on the 401. Got something that I hadn't had happen before. I found the cache. It was a bison tube. It was also empty.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, I haven't got myself into the habit of carrying around bits of caching gear everywhere I go, so I didn't have a spare log to load into it. So I logged it and basically mentioned that I'd found it empty. So I don't know if that will count later or not. And since I haven't hidden anything, I don't know. If they get reports on whenever anybody logs the cache, they'll know they've got a problem. I didn't think to do a separate note. Busy driving home.
Hmm.
Yeah, not much, but that's it. Just I've never come up against a completely empty cache before. I've managed to completely not find them, but I've never opened one and there's nothing in it.
Yeah, not even a log. I'm not sure that's ever happened to me either.
Well, we found plenty of caches that had no container. We found the contents, but not the containers.
True. Yeah, we found logs. Yeah, just jettisoned while somebody stole the container. At least
Well,
they.
this was a very small bison tube zip tied to a tree. So
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh my goodness, maybe they forgot. No, it's probably been out there for a while. So
no, it had been there for a while and had a number of entries. That's just that I unscrewed the tube from the lid since that was the easiest way to deal with it, and it's like there's nothing in there. So,
oh my goodness. Well, thanks, Mike, for sharing. Melissa.
Yes. Well, in between all my other busyness, I have been a busy geocacher. I worked hard. I went to a wedding, and since I went to the wedding alone because my husband was sick, I geocached on the way there and back. And so I'm down to 4 counties in Pennsylvania I still need to get.
Wow.
So I'm very happy with that. Of course, 3 of them are on the other side of the state, but not next to each other. So yeah. But my goal is to get 500 fuel points, and I'm closing in on it. So I'm excited about that. And I've been trying to go to events and find earth caches as much as possible.
That's right. They're worth more points, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, good
that's
work.
kind of where I've been.
Okay. Awesome. Good work.
Nice.
I know you've been working hard on those counties. Thanks for sharing, Melissa. So we've got Vince, Jim Starcasher, and then Scott next.
Yeah, a couple weekends ago, I went with another cashier and ended up at West Bend for a little bit of the afternoon. And then I had him talked into afterwards to continue our journey. Instead of going back through Chicago, we went through the Upper Peninsula of Michigan route home because I wanted to target about 7 counties in northeast Wisconsin that I needed to fill in, and then that now qualified me for the Lake Michigan Challenge, which is having found geocaches in all the counties that touch Lake Michigan. And then then we continued and we stayed overnight up in Manistee, and we continued our journey around back across the Mackinac Bridge and then home. So for the first time in my life, I had made the complete circuit of Lake Michigan all the way around. It was also neat to go see the Lambeau Field because that was a virtual, so a lot of NFL history there. And
For
then
sure.
then this past weekend I went to the Camp Migo potluck that they had over in the central part of the state. So I took a day trip over there, and then most recently last Sunday, then I took another day trip to the southeast part of the state to finish off a few more counties that I needed, and then I continued on into northern Ohio and met up with a geocacher that I hung out with over at Midwest Geobash and filled in a few more Ohio counties. So I've been pretty busy the last couple weekends.
Well,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'll say, wow.
Yeah. Good way to keep the summer going for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks, Vince. We've got Jim, Starcacher.
Yep. Yesterday was a rather exciting day for me because just late afternoon, I took possession of my brand new Geomobile, which is a 2024 Chrysler Pacifica. And
Wow.
yeah,
Really?
it currently has 12 miles on the odometer, so it's like it's amazing. And now I can relegate my 20-year-old Envoy XUV that I've been driving to be a backup vehicle, instead of my primary vehicle, which was very unreliable, obviously, being 20 years old. But the great thing about the Pacifica is I don't know if you know, Pacifica has these seats that fold up into the floor, and so if you fold up all the seats into the floor, I have eight feet from front to back of almost a flat floor. So that's going to be great for taking long trips and laying out a mattress and sleeping in the car. So that's one of the reasons I bought that particular model, because I mean 8 feet of length is a lot, very relaxing. So I'm looking forward to many trips right now with my new car.
That's so
Congrats.
exciting. We know the feeling, having just got a new geo rig ourselves. Yeah.
Well, and I actually drove a Pacifica today.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
cool.
just thinking that. Mhm. But an older.
Yeah, not as new.
No.
I think it had like 15 miles on it. It was
Oh. I think it's got a few more than
yeah, it's
that.
got a few now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parents.
So that's gonna be interesting to see what happens with it.
Yeah.
It's still new. I still have to learn all the little.
Right.
They have a lot of electronics now that I never had before, so I have to learn all these secret electronic stuff that you have to do. But it's going to be an interesting experience. But I'm going to enjoy it.
Well, that's great. Yeah,
Excellent.
it's really amazing that we have such learning curves when we get a newer car. We've had the same issues with ours, still trying to figure out how some things work, because you just had like the push button cassette my original Ford Escape, and it's different.
Yep. I chose to have a gas model too, by the way, because I just didn't want to go the hybrid route. This is probably the last. I'm betting that the next vehicles will all be hybrids and stuff. You won't have a gas option next time, so I chose the gas model this time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You reminded me. I'm going to interject here real quick. I was listening to Geocache Adventures podcast, and Scott, I heard part of yours. I need to finish listening to that one. But the other one that I did listen to the most of it was now I'm blanking on his name. I know it. The fellow that went across the country.
Nick is his
Yeah,
name.
Nick. Thank you. Yeah.
Mag
And
Planner.
Yeah, Mag Planner.
Mag Planner, yeah, and how he modified his vehicle so he could sleep in it, and what he did with that. And I know many of us have slept in our cars out geocaching. I sure have in my old one, and I know Nancy has as well. She's not with us tonight. They must be out having some fun. So cool. Good luck with that. Keep us informed how that works out for you.
Okay.
All right, we've got Tom Fuller next.
Okay, I think you can hear me now.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Last time I was in Redmond and trying to use my phone and couldn't mute or unmute. My friend that's the lookout at Middle Sister in Idaho tells me his last day is going to be September 4th. If you want to get it there and meet him, why?
Okay.
Yeah, it actually rained and enough that they said that he could go home then.
Okay. Nice.
And yesterday I went out and got a first to find in Sun River.
Nice.
Oh, I love that area.
And then I went and donated blood in Mappy. So I haven't been doing a whole lot of geocaching. Last Sunday, somebody went out and found all of my Olympic rings mystery caches, all 60 of them. So I asked them if they came out the way I was supposed, that the rings were supposed to be completed when they did all 60 that were on along roads. So that's all I've been doing.
Yeah.
Ooh, keeps you
Yeah.
busy.
Real busy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you for the update on the lookout. We just haven't had a chance to have a lot of free time. We have a lot of family stuff going on right now. You got share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. I don't want to share.
No, you don't want to share. You want to hit the little up arrow next to it.
Yeah.
I know it's hard when you're mousing on your knee. So Scott will get your share here in a moment if you need that. But and all participants. There we go. Yeah, you should be good to go.
Should be good to go now.
So go ahead, Scott.
Okay, so actually I just put in the link and people can look at it if they want. I wasn't really going to
Okay.
share it.
That's okay.
Awesome.
But that's what I've been kind of up to is, every day going ahead and updating that. And then and we were behind. We're, as of yesterday, we were 500,000 points behind, which is just a little over, about a day and a half. But then our friends, I'm a little skeptical of that. Our friends decided to stay another week, which makes perfect sense to me. I mean, how many times have we gone out geocaching and just having so much fun that we decide we're going to stay a couple more hours or maybe an extra day or whatever. So yeah, it makes perfect sense to me that they would stay. And with that decision, we're now 1,200,000 something ahead of pace. So I think we're going to make it fairly easily. What have I been up to? I think the most fun, well, two things. One, we had a meet and greet the other day. It's a monthly meet and greet, but the organizer went and was able to find 16 places to go ahead and set geocaches. Most of them in lampposts are fairly easy. 1 second, I'm going to clear. And you don't need to hear that. So we went out and after the meet and greet, we went ahead and walked around for about 3.5 miles and picked up 16 geocaches
Oh,
on
yes.
my efforts to help get those guys onto their next adventures. I went ahead and I have created 2 earth caches so people can come out and grab earth caches, and I have one more that I'm in the process of writing up. So that should be fun. And that's it.
All right.
That's awesome. Good
So,
work.
so were any of these, Scott, were any or all first to finds then for you, or?
They they would have been first to finds, except one kid and his dad they all published at 6:30, and one kid and his dad kind of went out on their own, and as the rest of us were gathering up, we they went out and got them. But that's okay. It was a kid. So
Absolutely.
Right, yeah.
and we're glad to have them out there doing that. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
good
Nothing
question.
beat the beta testers. Well, cool. Well, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. You guys have a good day, and I'm looking forward to hearing what everybody else has to say.
Yeah. So have we been doing some caching lately?
No, we did our that power trail
Mhm.
on 4th of July pass.
Yep.
Most of it.
Which is when pass our side of Lookout Pass. One of my favorite passes.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that I have done.
Yeah.
So I'm really lacking. So I'm glad to hear about the extension, and hopefully I can make use of that. We have coincidentally the cache who put out this power trail also put out another trail that we talked about in Idaho that is meant for like a bike ride or mountain. Goat did the scooter thing and but I got to thinking about, so remember back the planet promotions, we had I logged a find on one of this guy's caches, and he's a buddy of ours and part of our group that puts things together. And I made sort of a fun little vlog that dealt with Uranus and all sorts of innuendos there in that regard. And so I'm thinking it'd be fun to go do this guy's little trail and have similar logs about getting these aliens off our planet and circling Uranus again and
Family friendly.
it is.
Yeah, okay, it's less.
It's a real
Okay.
planet.
That's true. Maybe we need to say orbit.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. But yeah, so hopefully we can have fun with that.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Out and about. I see we have Dick whose hand is up. Did you
Yes.
have some notes from the field to share, Dick?
Or talk.
As I noted in the chat, the Mariners are playing tonight and the Nets
Mhm.
working.
Okay.
I'm kind of hoping they leave the roof open. The Mariners deserve to be rained on. They've been playing,
Right. It's been a week.
put them out of their misery. But anyway, we haven't done a whole lot, but we do some bike riding on the local trails in the last couple of weeks. But now the last session was on, I guess, Monday, and then it started raining on Tuesday, and that was just in time. So since we did Sitka last month and got Alaska's oldest, and then the most recent thing was, I think a week and a half ago, we did, or not quite 2 weeks ago, maybe, was the Point Roberts meet and greet up there, a nice event cross border. So that was kind of fun to get up there with a lot of Canadians. They do that at the border a couple times a year and alternate between BC and Washington State Geocaching Association. So that's kind of nice. The next plans are we're going to head over to Bozeman around the middle of September and try to get Montana's two oldest out there just north of Bozeman, a little bit northwest of Bozeman. And then The Bend Cash Machine is going to be down in Bend, Oregon on the 28th of September. I don't know who else is going to be able to go to that, but I wasn't too excited to see Tom's comments about the temperature in La Pine.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
It's 31 now. I'm a little anxious now about the 28th of September, but they just published, for those of you that might be interested in that, they just published it on the Caches of the Northwest, or Caches of Puget Sound Facebook page. And also there is a Northwest Cache Machines Facebook page where you can get the route that they've got. I think she's got 91 caches laid out in the first draft for the cache machine on September 28th, 29th down in Bend, Oregon. And then given what the Mariners are doing shortly thereafter that, I think the end of the month, we're going to be heading back down to warmer climes down in Las Vegas. But that's what's been going up here.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, thank you for the heads up on the Bend cache machine. Now, we've talked about cache machines before. It's something we do up here in the North Pacific Northwest. They're dawn to dusk caching, generally 4 times a year on the solstices and equinoxes or thereabouts, on established routes. It's not new caches. So it's a fun way to explore new areas. And Bend, like Flagstaff, is on my list of places I really want to explore more and get to know. I don't know if we'll be able to make it, but
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's right before heading off to going caching. So I see Sarah's got her hand up. Sarah, what have you been up to?
Well, first off, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Brilliant. You can't see me, but you can hear me. Not a lot this week because I'm under COVID house arrest.
Yeah.
I get out tomorrow, so I can finally do some very, very overdue cache maintenance.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've been writing up a lot of earth caches that I had forgotten about. Because I'm very good at taking the photographs, but I'm very bad at getting organized enough to send through all the information and answer the questions. So I say, and it's a beautiful day for once here in Wellington, New Zealand. The low 60s in your temperature in your money. 17C in mine.
Okay.
And so I'm not doing a lot of stuff locally at the moment, but I'm doing planning for the geocaching mega that's going to be in Dunedin, New Zealand in October. So I'm going down to that for a few days. So just trying to work out how much I can fit in the very little time I'll have in the sort of 4 days I've got there, because it's over a long weekend. And there will be a block party in Rotorua, which is the other end of New Zealand, in May 2025. So I'm trying to finally solve the puzzles that are around there, and about halfway through. Still plenty to curse at. And that's probably me.
Oh my goodness.
Excellent.
Well, yeah, I can understand the COVID house arrest. I've just been released from mine it's been a week now, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's no fun, but it's for everybody's protection. And you're sounding great, so it doesn't sound like you had a difficult...
It wasn't too bad. I just slept a lot. If I do anything, I get a coughing fit, but other than that, I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, take it easy for sure. It's great, like you are exactly doing. It's a great time to catch up on your logging and your earth caches and puzzle solving. So great. Thank you for sharing. And I hope you're feeling better soon. Great. I think we can move on to our topic, which is just kind of an extenuation of what we've been sharing about, which is kind of the end of the season wrap up. I should say season, since we've got Sarah with us from Down Under. So they're moving into spring as we are moving into autumn or fall here in the Northern Hemisphere. And love to know a couple of things. One is, do you have some last hurrahs planned coming up that you want to get in before it's, the weather changes, back to school, more serious at work, what have you? What was the other thing? Oh, are there other things that you do maintenance wise or such when the seasons change as well? Love to hear about that. I know for us, we definitely want to try to get out and get some more caching in, but we've got some family concerns that are keeping us close to home with JD's family,
Mhm.
and which luckily live very close to us, so we can be we're on call a lot. um, so we're handy to be right here for that, and but hoping to get some things.
Yep.
And I definitely have some cache maintenance. Hilo's hideout needs to be rehidden. The cache that I have for him at Spokanimal, which is one of our animal shelters
Mhm.
that I adopted him from, and also Eve, my border collie that I had for many, many years as well. They both came from there.
But it was interesting. We scoped that out,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
site, and it has changed
Yeah.
so much for the better.
Yes.
It was a nice place before, and now it's even better. So
Yeah.
and with more places to hide something.
Absolutely.
And
We just haven't been back to do that. So
Yeah.
we need to do that. So yeah, I've got cache maintenance on my list, and love to get out a little further from town, but not sure we're going to be able to do that being on call,
Mhm.
basically. So we'll see how that goes. And then we are going caching. So we're putting our plans together for that. Super excited. Got our hotel already. And even though the hotel says they're sold out, the host hotel, they're not. Call them if you're planning on going. If not, I know of a great Airbnb that still has some rooms available.
Well, it did a week
A
and a
week
half
ago.
ago.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Super nice host that we stayed with last year, actually. So those are our basic plans. Do you have specific plans in mind?
No, not that I know of. I could warn myself that I would be running out of time to host an event,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, if you want to get a community event
Right.
next year, you need to host one this year
And hide a cache.
and hide a cache. Yeah.
And then so after I remind myself to host an event, then I could remind myself to hide a cache
Yeah.
and
And maybe they could kind of coordinate.
yeah, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that would probably be my plan. As long as getting out, because I like doing that type of stuff when the weather is more on our hot side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Which supposedly we're going to be warming up again, but
Well,
it's going to be
yeah.
cold and wet this weekend. Like,
Makes sense.
it'll feel like we're in Seattle, which we're not. We're usually hotter and drier here. So Scott, I see you've got your hand up, so we'd love to know what's on your agenda.
Well, no one else was raising their hand, so I guess I'll stick mine up. But being in Southern California as a retired person, don't have a lot of things that change from season to season. Basically, the only thing that changes is instead of geocaching along the coast where we have the temperate effect of the ocean, in the winter we can go inland where it will now be cooler and nicer. But the big plan for me, and since you've extended us out to October, which I guess isn't that far away, is that gonna go finish up doing the rest of Route 66. I had wound up with a gap between Kansas and St. Louis. As if you listen to the geocaching or geocache adventures, you'll find out why. And my wife, yay, is going to go out with me, and we already have our plane reservations to go out in October, land in Kansas City, get on down to Kansas, and then spend 2 days doing the rest of Route 66 up to St. Louis. And then from there, we're going to make a quick trip up to Michigan and, do our little trip up there and see our family. So it's really kind of a win-win situation. And I'm really excited to have my wife coming along and have a navigator and, we're all set. So big plans, looking forward to that.
That's
Excellent.
awesome. That sounds like a really fun trip for you guys.
Yep.
If you get a chance, I don't know if you've ever been to the City Museum in St. Louis.
I have not, and probably won't get the chance.
Yeah, it sounds like
yeah.
you've got a lot on your agenda.
So
Yeah.
we definitely kind of wake up and head, St. Louis to Grand Rapids is a little bit of a ways. So
Yeah.
not going to be a lot of stopping on the way.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's like a half a day adventure there. Yeah.
Yeah.
so the other day we get in our new to us car with all its fancy technology and stuff, and
Mhm.
it was set up for her to drive, so she's driving, and we're backing out of the garage, and she likes to oftentimes listen to the news on NPR. So the radio station, is often on that station. The radio frequency is often on that station.
NPR. Yeah.
And so NPR comes on, and it's news time, and we're right in the middle of a news presentation, news story, and I'm thinking, that guy sounds exactly like Scott. And then he starts, that is Scott. What is Scott doing on NPR? And it's not. It's what happens is this fancy technology automatically syncs up with the Bluetooth and then starts whatever podcast she last listening to.
Yeah, and I was just saying, yeah, you get a chance to finish it.
So you weren't on NPR after all, but
Yeah.
I will have to say Android Auto and CarPlay got one of the great additions to new automobiles. When I can just push a button and say text G Stewart and send her a text message without taking my hands off the wheel, and can listen to this podcast. Love the new stuff, and right. And I think back at the old days when they had the navigation come out built into the system, and that was like, wow, that's fantastic. Until you went and had to pay $3,000 to upgrade the maps, and now you just plug in your phone, and it is 100%. It is amazing how accurate the traffic reports are. Much better than the Garmin Nuis ever were, and you guys are going to love some of this new technology. If you understand, and I also say every new car that I bought until this one, I would sit down with the owner's manual and I read the owner's manual page by page by page. This particular one, it would be easier to read War and Peace because there's fewer pages in War and Peace than there are in the two manuals on this automobile. So crazy fun stuff.
Yeah. Unfortunately, ours is a little older, so it has its own sync technology. It's not Android Auto, and it's not as, because I've been in rentals and other people's cars, Nancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I've been able to, work my phone with. It was so much smoother. This one's not so smooth, but it's still better. Definitely better. It's much better than plugging in a cassette with a cable into my phone so I can actually run whatever I have on my phone through the sound system.
And it's so nice to listen over the sound system instead of instead of over the phone. And then the other day when I was in Michigan hanging around with my granddaughter, watching a kid use that stuff, wow. It was kid, she's 20 some years old, but watching a younger person use all the technology, that was really amazing. Yeah. You really knew what she was doing.
Yeah, it's just ingrained, I think. Awesome. Well, you're going to have a great adventure. So
that sounds cool.
I am, and I see Vince has got his hand up, so I'll stop talking.
Okay, thanks, Scott. Yeah, Vince, what's on your agenda?
Yeah, my biggest thing is probably going to be in a couple weekends. I'm going to go down to Ken's event down in Hillsdale. I think Mike said he was going down there too. That's always been a fun event. I've really enjoyed it down there. That's my last probably good opportunity to go camping. There's a camp down there at the fairgrounds and so forth, and they usually do a nice fun poker run on Saturday morning and a nice potluck in the afternoon, and then after that, my caching activities may have to slow up a little bit, be week to week, because I've got a daughter getting married October 5. So caching activities are probably going to have to slow down just a little bit, take
A
things
little
week to
bit.
week. So, and then I've already had a couple people ask me, so, you going caching? And I'm going, no, my daughter's getting married on October 5. So I won't be making that one. But going back to when I was on the notes from the field, one other thing I forgot to add is with that ongoing Michigan geocaching organization challenge county challenge we got going. After my last trip to West Bend, I was able to pick up enough counties now that I've now qualified for the bronze coin that they award, which would mean you got to have 42 counties in Michigan, which is half of them of at least 4 different types. So it's not just a regular, I think I've said it before, it's not just a regular county challenge where you just get one. They up the bar a little bit. You got to get 4 different types. So they make you spread your wings a little bit. Occasionally you got to do an earth cache once in a while if you want to get your 4 types. So yeah, that's what I got planned for the fall.
Nice.
Sounds like a lot of fun and exciting about the wedding. So,
Well,
yeah,
really,
thanks
Ben,
for all that.
you just once you've walked and you're at the end of the aisle, you're done, right? You can leave.
You get her up there.
Yeah, yeah. I get to take her part of. I get to take her part of the way up to the front. Because every wedding is a little unique and a little different, but because of course I was separated and divorced from her mom many years ago. Her mom has since remarried, and I guess she's going to have her stepfather take her half the way up, and then I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to have my own seat about halfway up, and then he's going to hand her off to me, and then I'm going to get to take her the rest of the way.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's a nice way to do it. I'm glad you guys are okay sharing that duty.
Yeah, and it was actually, my ex-wife actually really, thanked me for, extending grace and, being okay with it, because I just, the day's about her, my daughter getting married, not, about anything else. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So
cool.
Awesome. Well, best wishes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah, so we've got Melissa next. What's on your agenda?
Well, I have some geocaching going on, but first, if Scott can see, I wanted to share this. I made sure I got a picture when I was on the Lincoln Highway in Pennsylvania on one of my trips this summer.
Awesome.
I told my daughter, get a picture, get a picture. But I am going to Ken's event in Hillsdale because I won a bet and that was my winnings. And I'm going to going caching and trying to get those 500, at least 500 fuel points for the aliens. Now, the fact that Ken's event's now going to be part of it, I think I have no problem. I'm going to make the 500. So it's nice to have a goal and something to work for. It helps with the motivation. So.
Okay. Yep. That's cool.
It does, absolutely. Having some sort of deadline and a goal for sure. Otherwise, we're like, maybe we'll go caching next month. But, we've got this work to do. And it's a big group community effort, worldwide effort, actually. And to be a part of that's pretty cool.
Well, and I'm able to travel a little more now because we're empty nesters now.
Yeah.
Yes. The baby and the cat went to college this week.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Are you doing okay?
I'm fine. I've been busy.
Great. Oh my goodness. Quite the empty nesters. Awesome. Well, enjoy your time. You know, change is always good, or can always be good. Yeah. Oh, good.
Well,
Well,
Ken's
thanks. We've got Ken next. Yeah.
Well, I don't have to go anywhere to go to Hillsdale County for this event. So I guess I'll go there. That will get, everybody 6 events if they make the whole roster. So there's a little extra fuel for that. But so trying to work and organize and get all the hides in place. It's been nice. We've had unseasonably cool weather, so we've been highing around 70 to 80 and lows down around 50 to 55 to about 65. So it's been wonderful weather. Leave the windows open through the house all day and get fresh air. So we've been enjoying that.
Yeah.
So after I get done hosting my event, I have a fair like a week and a half later that will be helping with, and then going caching to wrap up the season, and that'll probably be the end of any big plans for me for the time being. Hoping that unseasonably cool will go down to Georgia as well, because I have my detective outfit, but in that standard that requires a lot of layers, and 95 to 105 degrees like we had a few years back, not good for layers.
But
And last year wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But when I was there last in 2019, it was topping over 100 in Georgia humidity.
You were
That
there that
wasn't even an air conditioning. So and anybody that's going down there, the play they're offering, we had that at our local theater, and that is like an hour and hour and 40-minute play with maybe an hour and 35 minutes of laughter. So I highly recommend that play. It's an absolute riot. So
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thanks for that.
So Scott, you were waving your hand.
I was, because I wanted to ask Ken, as you're planning this event, are you having trouble getting any of the caches published, or is it working out okay?
I have to find somebody else to publish. So it's actually a little more difficult for me than when the others put them in, some of the others in the group, it's easier because I can make sure those are published easily. But when it's myself, I have to sit there and flag down other reviewers because it is in my territory. So it actually is more of a challenge for me to hide than most players, because that worthless reviewer in my area just will not review my caches.
He's too busy catching up on logs, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I hear he's still out in I think Utah. So yeah.
Melissa.
All right.
Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa.
I was at an event Wednesday night with a reviewer, and he was talking about how he placed a cache and it got rejected because it was too close to a hospital. But it was specifically they had specifically done it there because they were celebrating the cotton anniversary, and it was about bandages and cotton balls. And it was one of those things. It was more of a medical center than a hospital, but they had to find a different spot where the reviewer would approve it, because they said that's too close to a hospital.
I didn't realize that we couldn't be close to hospitals, but that kind of makes sense. I mean, I know stay away from schools and federal buildings, but I hadn't heard that one. Good to know. All right, got a couple more hands have come up. Got Nancy and then Mountain Goat Jim.
Hello.
Hey.
I apologize that Bob and Molly are not here. They're still trekking around Ohio getting county event caches.
Oh.
So I'm all by myself, which is
Ah,
very weird. Yeah, very weird. We've got a couple things planned. We're getting ready to go to Florida for my family reunion. We'll get some caching either along the way or once we get there. We're still up in the air if we're gonna fly the airplane or if we're driving. So don't know that one yet. We're planning on going caching. We can't make the Hillsdale event because that's when the family reunion is, but we're trying to participate as much as we can. And we sponsored some cards, some playing cards. So hopefully that helps a little bit, Ken, for your event. And we always have enjoyed the Hillsdale event. And unfortunately, we can't make it this year. So
dang.
we got Molly's costume for going caching. She's dressing up as a detective. And Bob and I are going as cat burglars.
Love
So
that.
that's that. We've got our cards are already approved, and I got mine adopted, but I haven't seen Molly's come through yet and stuff, but we're getting there. Um, I I bought two shirts, one for the 100-degree weather and one for the normal weather. So we have two shirts to choose from when we go for our costumes. Doesn't hurt to have two shirts, right?
Nope. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's multiple days too. So I just love it when
Yeah.
you told me that you were going as cat burglars.
We're going as cat burglars. Yeah, we had to do something different because
Yeah.
everybody's going to be a detective, and Molly, she has her Sherlock Holmes cape and her hat, and we've taken pictures of her in that and converted them to the cards and stuff. But oh, do I have one here? No, I've been in a sticker making mood, so I've been
That is-
making stickers of Molly.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, there's Ken's card. How cool.
Yeah.
He must already have his cards. I was too late to get not to get my cards yet. So, but we're getting there. We're gonna get to see Melissa. We're gonna get to see you. So we're very excited about going caching.
Absolutely.
Yes, we
It's
steal cats.
That's funny.
Uh, okay. For cache maintenance, because we do have winter around here, we will probably do one more run and make sure the logbooks and everything in the pizza trail is up to par. Probably re-ink the inkers, because it does get icy. Um,
Yeah.
we have the punch stamps on a couple of them,
Oh.
and so that's not a problem. Funny story. We were doing cache maintenance the one day and we came across some people at one of the caches, and the lady says, "Why is there a chip clip on this logbook?" I was like, that's the punch, the stamp punch for your passport. And she thought it was a chip clip. Okay, you learn something new every day.
I guess.
So, all
Yeah.
righty.
Cool,
Coming
man.
up.
That's yeah. We'll do another maintenance run especially for the pizza trail. But yeah, that's definitely the numbers really drop off in the winter anyways. So it's
Sad.
not a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Enjoy
thanks.
enjoy your alone time.
Yeah.
We got Mountain Goat. Yes.
Okay, so hospitals. I had to laugh at whenever I hear that. I have my hospital story from years ago. My wife and I have iPhones, and we have this app that's Find My Friends. It's not just called Find My now, and you can see where your spouse is. And one day I was out geocaching, and I was finding a cache in the parking lot of a hospital, and I'm, everything's different, but generally I don't think there's any prohibition about hospitals. But But anyway, I was finding a cache in the hospital parking lot, and I'd found it was getting back in the car when my wife calls me. Why are you at the hospital? What's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I'm finding a geocache.
Oh, that is funny.
So,
I remember hearing that story from Lynn.
yeah, every time I hear hospital, I have to tell the same story. I'm sorry. And we did go geocaching last Sunday, and we went up to Molson, Washington, which is a ghost town, and found a virtual cache. So if you guys are ever up that way, I put the link in the chat. It was a great full day road trip. We found a few other caches along the way, and saw a lot of good scenery and had a good time. So anyway, that's what I have.
Cool, thank you. I'm gonna have to click that link. Of course, when I do, I lose my window. Whoops, where'd everybody go? Hang on, let me get back. Cool, thanks for sharing that virtual.
Nice.
Yeah. So, oh my goodness, we have 2 minutes and drinks are full price, guys. I think we have a pet check happening. I see LA is going camping with cats. She's got a kitty there. I love the little weather coat going on. And Nancy is showing going caching card. Cool.
For Molly.
For Molly. And oh, Dick's got a passed out pooch there. Y'all saw Hilo earlier. I don't know if he's gonna come back. We'll see. And oh, here comes Nigel.
There's Nigel. Okay.
Oh, Nigel get a haircut.
Scott, go ahead.
Yeah.
Just doing a report from YouTube. What's Hawaiian Molly, Rhonda? She has replaced 4 cache logs this week and has accumulated 188 points so far.
Wow.
And yesterday she was in Southern working on geocoin challenges. So that's the report from YouTube.
Well, thank you
Excellent.
for
Thanks.
checking in on the YouTube live stream. Yeah, I think all of your computers are over at his parents where he's been staying actually. Providing the care. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely is a cool picture. We saw from Nancy the picture of Molly and then you guys as the cat burglars. So can't wait to actually see the cards in person. We've got our cards will be coming. I think we'll be picking them up there.
Yeah.
So the Magnum PI theme going, the new one. And yeah, Robbie Higgins.
Wait a minute, I thought I was Higgins.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Well, I think I tagged him. Yeah. And then we also have one for the cash crate as well, since we're a major sponsor and we're actually doing four of the trackables for going caching. I know 2 have already been delivered to them and they said they turned out great. And the next 2 should be coming soon. So you'll be seeing our Compass Creek name on some of those trackables. Oh, and I see Bella as well. Hey, Bella. Oh, she's
I'm
all
wondering. I'm wondering if Mappy Hour has a sponsor tonight.
Yes, we do.
Oh.
I was getting there. Yeah, it's Christmas time, right? So, yeah, we are promoting our Advent boxes this week. If you are on our email or text messages, yes, I've been sending a lot of messages out. And I did a live earlier today as well, just to answer questions as I come in and chat with folks about our Advent box. But there is a link to it right there. I put it in the chat. So this is our 2nd annual Advent mystery geocaching box that we've done. We did our first one last year and it was a huge success. And we sold out. It took a couple of months, but we did sell out. I can tell you that as of earlier today, I've already sold as many as I sold all of last year. And so we have doubled. I plan to make more. And so we're not sold out yet. So we can definitely make some more. But midnight tonight is your last chance to get the bonus geocoin. That will be going in. So you get 13, not just 12. Our advent boxes come with 12 different boxed gifts, geocaching related, fun stuff to open, however you'd like to do it. I know some people start at 12 and go to 1, some start at 1 and go to 12 or what have you. It's up to you all.
just great.
I know. I'd leave it up to you all what you want to do. But if you order by midnight tonight, you get a different limited edition bonus coin. So you actually get 13 items in your box. So that's the link there if you want to check that out. And Nancy, I'll have to take a look, but I'm pretty sure that you're good to go. But I'll take a look and let you know.
So yeah, I was gonna kid Lori that, yep, you just came in for the last minute. Now that you're here, do you have any
You said that we would see.
I totally was so busy creating events that I lost track of time. No, my week has been pretty dull. Just going to events here and there, and heading over to the WSGA Puget Sound chapter event tomorrow, their picnic in the rain. So no, it's been pretty low key. I don't think I've been on any adventures since last time. I was in Canada last time. Haven't done anything since, so.
well, you need to rest sometime. So yeah, that'll work.
That is called work.
Too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Work starts the 4th.
Hmm.
2 days next week, but then starts on the 4th. So got to get everything in the last minute, right?
Absolutely.
That's right. That's the whole summer wrap up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But besides that, not much.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you got in.
I saw Lisa earlier. I'm good.
Yeah.
Last minute on that one too, but I still.
You were there, yeah. And I heard the little ding when you placed your order, so appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. It was fun.
And I haven't done a Facebook Live in a little while, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I had a lot of folks that were on live with me and answering questions. And I mentioned, we had folks from last year loved it, and folks from last year that were on live with me and were able to share their experiences. So that was a lot of fun.
I think my deal with it is I kept forgetting about it. So then I'd have 2 or 3 days to open at a time.
That's always
But it was still fun.
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
You find. Yeah. Well, good. Yeah. We just had great response last year. People really enjoyed doing it. Getting all the different boxes together, and some of them sent me pictures of how they separated them out and hung them up, and made elaborate kind of displays mixed in with their Christmas displays and such for their gifts. And other families, would do it all together. So they have to wait till everyone was home before they could open up that day's box. So yeah, if you'd like to get that, it is $95 plus shipping, but it'll be 13 really cool items, trackables, tots, containers, fun stuff that you would want while you're out caching. It's kind of a holiday cache crate on steroids, I guess, is one way to look at it. So that's what tonight is sponsored by. So thank you for mentioning that. So midnight Pacific time is the deadline to get the bonus cache. I know it is an investment for the future. We will ship these at the end of November, so you have them in plenty of time. If today doesn't work out for you, but you are here listening, send me a message and let me know. And when you are able to place an order, as long as I know, I can reserve a coin for you, the bonus early bird coin. So let me know. I know a couple of folks are doing that. So it's funky time of the month for some of us, for sure. All right. Oh, there's some card things folks are posting in the chat. I think that was kind of it. I think we're wrapped up. Yeah. So thanks, everybody. It's fun hearing what we've all been up to and what we're going to do to wrap up the summer and moving into fall. So have a great, for those of us in the US, it's Labor Day weekend coming up. Is it next weekend?
Yep.
Already came fast. Sarah, I'm not sure if you have a similar holiday or if that's a different time of year. Don't know. I'll have to research that one.
Well, our Labour weekend is late October, and that's when the Dunedin Mega is.
Oh, okay.
So we get an extra day. So that's why we're all going down to Dunedin.
Okay, that makes total sense. Great.
Loads of old caches.
Love it. Cool. Well, thank you, everybody, and stay safe out there, and have fun. Happy caching, and let's get those aliens on their way.
Circling something.
Yes. Bye, everybody.